What's up? Welcome back to another market recap. Today's August 27th, 2025. So I had no trades last night since I took the night off. We had these knock pairs were the only opportunities I really saw yesterday. The main one being this CAD knock, which it did play out pretty nicely, honestly, from the point of our watch list. Straight to target. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take this trade due to spreads. The spread never really calmed down on me until London. So, I mean, several hours, 8-9 hours into the day after market rollover. And by that point, price is kind of, already, it's already been trending because that's about 1 a.m. for me. So I already kind of pushed, pulled back, and then pushed again. So no real opportunity for me to get into this trade, but overall it did play out. If you were somehow able to take this thing with a different broker with a tighter spread at roughly the first hour of the day, then it would have been a nice trade. I think most of the knocks played out except for this euro knock, dollar knock played out, pound knock roughly played out, and then dollar Swiss was the only other thing we had on watch for kind of a pullback. Discretionary trade. Didn't really fit any strategies, and ultimately it did play out, but I mean it didn't really hit the levels we anticipated it to stop by. It broke everything, then kind of decelerated, and then had a reversal. So yeah, I don't even know if this thing offered an entry. I guess if you want to be really aggressive, it did here on a 30-second time frame. Probably here as well. So, but again, discretionary trade. Main trade being the CAD knock, and wish we could have got into it, but it is what it is. So let's get rid of these. For the watch list I have tonight, I've already built it, had a look, get a replay mode. I, again, don't have a whole lot. Still the same kind of sideways price action going on for the most part in the market. Not really any clear kind of breakdowns, breakouts, really anything to trade. So the only thing I did find was these dollar pairs. And I wouldn't say they really fit a normal CBO strategy for me. Price action wise, they're interesting. I think they'd be more classified as some discretionary trades. So, but let's get into it. Pound dollar is the primary I have out of this group, just from a price action perspective. From a daily time frame, you still kind of have this inverse head and shoulders. You have this somewhat bounce of the daily 50. It's okay, right? So it's something. 4 hour wise, I mean, you have an overall higher low here. You also have a break. So this candle is already forming a higher high on the 4 hour. Well, it might not really be on the 4 hour. To break a higher high on the 4 hour, needs to break this. But on a 1 hour time frame, you do have a higher high. So first kind of signal of a trend change, coming back for a higher low, and then trade like wave 3. It's kind of how I'm looking at this. You do have this kind of zone of support and resistance in here. So it is a negative with the trade. I mean, it could right now be hitting resistance, coming back, and then just fall right through. Or it could hit that resistance, come down, get a retest, find support, and continue on. But you go to like Aussie dollar, you can see that resistance level a little bit better. All the dollar pairs kind of have it. Pound dollar just has less of it. But you can see like resistance, support, and now we're kind of already broke it, but coming back for a retest of that. Granted, we would need this to pull back a good bit more, here on the 1 hour to be able to take the trade. And by that time, we'd be back below that level is the negative I have with it. So, but you also can draw in a support line on most of these dollar pairs. It's a little bit lower than that original one that also is applicable, right? So it's interesting. I think it may be worth a shot. I mean, I like the overall price action. You have this clear break of a trend, a good kind of wave one push. The 10-minute time frame is a higher high. When it comes back, it'll be like an ACB potentially if it retests at the pivot. Still a good just, run on your 10-minute. So it will fit wave theory in that essence. But yeah, still somewhat a discretionary play. Aussie dollar, similar thing, right? It's just not as clean of price action. Dollar Mexican, similar thing. You have a break of a trend, but still not super clean price action. Also, you're kind of sitting at support right now. Would have preferred this to push a little bit lower and then get a pullback. But I have been anticipating this pair to eventually retest these lows, so that would fit with that bias. But this also kind of looks like dollar Swiss did yesterday, and dollar Swiss pulled back and then just blew through that level before it pulled back. So who knows? Dollar yen, similar to pound dollar, Aussie dollar, right? This is probably third tier, given the fact that it's already kind of pushing down. And the daily is not as nice. There's really nothing on the daily. It's just sideways price action holding the daily 50. And then I have this dollar CAD, which isn't either one of those other trades we went through. This is more so kind of a play off of the daily 50, 4-hour 200, this horizontal support level, which is okay. I mean, it's been pull it up on a 4-hour. It's been tested in this area, tested here, tested in this area. So more so than anything, it's kind of a support and resistance zone is how I'm reading it. I mean, you have it tested here, you have it tested there. So you do have, it has acted as support and resistance in the past. So it's a level. Is it a good enough level to take a trade off of? I'm not entirely sure yet. Kind of prefer price to pull back down to these previous lows, decelerate again, maybe give us a micro time frame, like descending triangle, and then be able to trade like the break of that triangle or something. Right now, though, there's not a whole lot from a micro time frame perspective. But I imagine if there's a trade that's going to present an entry, it's probably going to be this dollar CAD first. But again, it's still in that discretionary camp. Like I didn't have anything yesterday. I don't really have anything today that fits in my normal strategies that I trade. But just from a price action perspective, there's something here, right? Something. So mainly probably just be looking at this pound dollar, and then I'll keep an eye on this dollar CAD and see how this develops. As far as development watch goes, still watching the Kiwi pairs. They're still pushing, like this one's still pushing up. So getting towards these daily all-time highs, which I honestly at this point prefer it to get to this level, if not test the extremes, like the very top of the wicks in a perfect world. And then kind of decelerate from here and then potentially take a trade short from there. But I mean, it could break down at any point and it's still going to be a really nice IBO at some point. But it'd be even nicer if it waited until it got to these kind of highs before it started reversing. Pound Kiwi, similar thing, kind of waiting to see how this pushes to the highs and what happens. No real trades today though. Euro Kiwi, same stuff. Kiwi CAD, it's sitting at this daily level, right? You got this double bottom on a 4-hour. You're at this kind of multi-touch bottom on your 1 hour. Just waiting to see what happens from here. If price will push up and break out of these levels and give us like a CBO come tomorrow, would be interesting. Kiwi Swiss, similar thing. Just see what it does here at these lows. CAD Swiss, again, seeing if it pulls back to these lows and what happens. Pound Swiss, waiting for price to kind of like break out upwards, preferably. And then pound CAD. I was waiting for the breakdown. It seems the breakdown is occurring. It just wasn't very clean. It's just kind of just been this choppy thing all the way down. So it never really presented an entry of my taste. So at this point, it's probably waiting for this to push even further down at this and get to like the daily 50 maybe, or something along those lines. And then pound Aussie, right? I've talked about this pair a couple of times. You have this pretty decent support level in here. It's been touched multiple times, right? Held up pretty well right here, here. So I'm waiting to see if price will break upwards. And if we get a break up today at some point, then come later today or tomorrow, preferably probably the start of the session tomorrow, you then wait for the pullback and then play the continuation. So what I would like to see is price to continue and break both these EMAs. Then we get a retest of that level and then play wave 3 essentially is what I'm looking to do. The daily time would be really nice if we get a bullish candle today. Yeah, everything will pretty much line up. So it's kind of an ABO-esque on your 1 hour right now, but also potentially a ACB on the 4 hour. So there's the potential as well to take this as a breakout play. So I'm actually going to move this to orange and then watch it along with this other Aussie pair. See what happens. Keep a better eye on them. Yeah, that's really all I've got. So hopefully we get some more price action moves today. See what we can make happen. So still short from my weekly goal. I mean, I'm sitting at 2 trades for the week right now, 2 very minor wins. So roughly about 0.5 R in profits. I need about another 1.5 R to hit my target. So hopefully we can get some stuff happening since we only got 2 sessions left in the week. We got this one and then tomorrow. So cool. That's all I've got, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. See ya.